Alright, welcome to another episode of The Intimidation Factor with your host, Tim. Right now I'm driving the Jeep. I put a new water pump in it, changed out the oil pan, painted them both, painted a couple pulleys. I'm real happy with the way it's driving right now. It feels really good. It feels nice and strong. So this is part 2 to another video I made, or 2 videos. It's going to be part 2 to 2 different videos. So I'm just going to get on with the movie here. I hope you enjoy. So I got a little bit ahead of myself here, but now we're putting back on our new water pump and a couple of pulleys and assembling everything back together. So I went ahead and bolted this up, tightened it up good. I got my new gasket on behind. I made sure to really, as you can see a little bit down here, I made sure to really buff that up, make sure it was good and clean for a nice good seal. So hopefully that stops my my water leak, coolant leak. Got it all nice and painted up too. Hose reconnected down there, so put a couple more things on, I'll show you those. Alright, so now I got my gasket in place here. Got my gasket in place. It's got these little like clippy guys there to keep it from falling out of place. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it up there. So I went ahead and pulled out these little clippy things that go up in that hole and that hole to hold up the gasket while you put on the oil pan. It was a lot easier going in than it did coming out. So I got a couple bolts over there, right there, and I'm going to put in those two and blah 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 and tighten them all up and stuff and get them all in and then tighten them all up. But so that's my new oil pan. That's my new oil pan. Pretty fancy, pretty bright under here. So I got a little bit ahead of myself here, but now we're putting back on our new water pump and a couple of pulleys and assembling everything back together. So I went ahead and bolted this up, tightened it up good. I got my new gasket on behind. I made sure to really, as you can see a little bit down here, I made sure to really buff that up, make sure it was good and clean for a nice good seal. So hopefully that stops my my water leak, coolant leak. Got it all nice and painted up too. Hose reconnected down there, so put a couple more things on, I'll show you those. Suppose I shouldn't try to get the hardest one in first. That would be smart.
No, it seems too long for that. What's going on? Nope. Right, that one's a different size for whatever fucking reason. Alright, yeah, those are different. They're all 13s. So, go ahead and put the pulley on, I guess. Look how fancy that is. Holy. Didn't know redneck would do things like that, eh? At least it's orange. Red next favorite color. So I got my reducer onto a 13 mil. I don't know where my big 13 mil went. Disappeared, I guess.
So I had my tensioner held up just by this nut only, just to get the socket back in there to loosen that big nut in the background there. Just slack that off. Maybe get the belt back on it. It should be good to go again. This is how your belts go on, like quit, if you can see in the diagram. So I don't necessarily recommend it, but I don't say that you shouldn't do it either, because I'm going to. But the bolt in the back isn't in all the way. It looks like it's all the way through from behind, like you can see it, but it's just not tight enough. It's not letting the adjuster move in, so I'm going to try to tighten it with this. Holy fuck. Didn't even budge. Fuck. Let's try that. There we go. Now it moved fast. So we'll get this guy up here, up like what? Like what? Quit and like what? And there we go. Now the belt's back on. So we can go ahead and slack off our main holder for the adjuster. That's tightening. Dirty bitch. Alright, it's away from the metal, it should be alright. Ah, son of a fucking bitch. It's got to be getting looser. Alright, try the other way. Fuck. Holy lightning Christ, man. I'm telling you, this is really pissing me off. Am I even getting the right shot here? Oh, getting a little tighter. Holy fuck. It's sure hard on a guy's arm, I'll tell you what. So once you're satisfied with your belt tightness, I made mine tight enough just so when you push on it, you You can, if you really push, it'll touch, but if you just push, you can't really get it to touch down there. So, pretty satisfied with that. I'll go ahead and tighten up the main. Fucking frog snacks. This thing, I've only taken it apart like 4 or 5 times, so you know, you think I'd fucking know something here, but I don't know. Fuck knowing things. Okay, so that's nice and tight. Now there's a couple of adjustment screws on the back to tighten up, and then I can fire this bitch up. Okay, so there's a couple adjustment screws down here that you gotta try to worry about and get them tight. Is that even the right words? Fuck, I don't even know if that's the right words. Fucking ratchets. Sometimes they're handy as fuck. Okay, that's not quite tight, but you get the idea. There's one more nestled down in there. Don't know if you can see because I can't see it with the camera. But there's one more down there, so I'll tighten that up. So my radiator's back in. Got to connect some hoses and bolt this guy onto that guy and that guy onto that guy and whatever else the Whitword it needs. So I'm pretty sure in the other video I showed how to get that all apart. So I'm not going to show you how to put it back together because it's very simple. And if you can't put that back together, well, maybe you shouldn't be doing stuff like this. So now we're going to attempt to fill this thing up with coolant. And I sure hope that nothing fucking leaks. It's clear. What do you know? Oh, never mind. It's green. What do you know? This thing takes like some 11 liters worth of coolant, and this is only 3.7 liters. I don't know what the fuck that is American, but it doesn't matter because I'm not American. So now I'll just pour a little bit into the reservoir too. Probably end up having to dump this and another one in. Well, this one and a bit of another one at least. I'll dump this into the reservoir to the full mode. So the reservoir is full. There's a jug in the radiator. So I'll go ahead and run it and fill until everything's topped right up. Hopefully that works. Hopefully. seem to want to take anymore, but I'm going to dump this jug in because I'm smart. Bubbling out now. Here comes some more air bubbles. I'll show you what's going on here. So I'll just let it run until it stops doing that. So once it stops doing that, it's probably good. So just let her buck till she's done. Those of you that are at home and curious, that's what those things look like when they're all turned into finished. I mean, like it's really nothing to the average guy, you know, like why would you paint that? But to me it's like, well, I got so much time on my hands. I like to make things awesome. So that's all the awesome. Okay, so pretty much that's the video for today. I just got the front end to put back on, the headlights and the grill, and I'm not going to videotape that. I don't have enough room on the hard drive and all that to get everything copacetic, guys. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. You know, I make more videos all the time. I'm learning as I go here, so just keep on watching. Thank you very much.